My name is Trish Mandewo, Councillor with the City of Coquitlam and UBCM President. I am speaking today to local government colleagues across the province from the unceded traditional territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. BC's housing crisis is impacting communities right across the province. Local government leaders see firsthand how the crisis impacts British Columbians. These issues have been worsening for years, driven by a complex set of forces impacting both supply and demand. Issues like zoning, outdated development approval processes, and the financialization of housing have all played a part in slowing supply and driving up costs, while BC's population growth continues to bolster demand. We all recognize that change is needed. And given the complexity of the housing system, the change needs to be led by all orders of government, working together in a thoughtful and collaborative way. Earlier this year, on the eve of a housing summit hosted by UBCM, the province announced its Homes for People plan. The plan set out broad concepts and objectives that local governments could endorse. Action on short-term rentals, building more homes near transit, increasing multiple homes on single-family lots, and improving the provincial permitting process. Local government leaders from across BC came to the Housing Summit to send a clear message that we were ready to roll up our sleeves and work together to transform the current system. For decades, provincial governments have worked with local governments to develop a legislation by identifying issues and opportunities, testing a range of options and refining steps to avoid unintended consequences. Unfortunately, recent actions by the province have not come with the same collaborative spirit. With Bill 45, only 3 local governments were consulted on a piece of legislation that no one in local government asked for or expected. As a result, we have already heard of significant unintended consequences for shelter standards for unhoused people. With Bill 44, the UBCM and local governments were asked to sign confidentiality agreements which significantly limited local government input and transparency around how that is reflected in the final legislation. As a result, Bill 44's one-size-fits-all approach has the potential to boost supply, but undo careful planning in many communities to ensure neighborhoods are properly set up to handle growth. The legislation also moves key land use decisions further away from communities to be centralized in Victoria. We know that British Columbians want to see action to make homes more attainable and affordable, but even more, they want to see results. The province's unilateral approach is a missed opportunity to deliver legislation informed by local government knowledge. It can't just be about counting more units. Our work has to be about creating more affordable homes, well supported by infrastructure that meets the needs of diverse households. I'm an optimistic person by nature, and I know that local governments will make the most of the provincial engagement opportunities over the coming months. UBCM will also be fully engaged in that process, advocating for measures that will be essential to secure funding for infrastructure and local government capacity. British Columbians expect all orders of government to work together. At the end of the day, we are all trying to get to the same place where British Columbians have access to safe, secure, affordable homes in diverse, thriving communities.